Hey guys, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I wanted to show off what myself and a bunch of my friends have created so far in regards to the SCP Foundation. So I'm just going to show a full showcase of what we have made so far. And I cannot wait to show you. So let's start off from the perspective of a new spawn, because when you first spawn into the world, you're going to spawn in this cell, and the door is going to be closed. You are not going to have access to the map until you read the rules right here. And it's very clear, this book must be read before your cell is unlocked. And here, it just says welcome. It tells you what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do. At the very end there it says, I will open your cell only after the rules have been thoroughly read, and here are the rules. Rule number 1, if permission to build or break is granted, do not destroy or build anything without my say-so. Griefers will lose these privileges. Rule number 2, do not remove any books from any lecterns you encounter. These books took a while to write and mustn't be removed. And I will show you the books that I have written, and you will see why I do not want them removed. I have spares as backup, but it would just be strongly appreciated if you did not remove any of the books. You should remove clouds in your settings, because if you don't, this build is actually so high up in the sky that clouds will pass through the building, so you should turn it off in your settings if you want a completely immersive experience. Rule number 4, do not distract me if I am currently building. Simply roam the facility at your leisure and provide help if I need any. And then the 5th rule is to confirm to me that the rules have been read. So, you read the rules, you're out of the cell, now you can explore. We're going to start from the top and work our way down to the bottom floor. So we can, yes, the elevators are functional. Hit the button, takes a little while. And here you go, you're up on level 1. Now we're on level 2, which is currently the highest level we have so far. It does not go higher than this at the moment. But let's start here. Oh. And right here is actually the break room, or the dining hall. You see the lunch tables here, the trash bins. And here is, oh yeah, here's what the ceiling looks like. And here is where we encounter our first SCP. SCP-096, the coffee machine. This SCP is a coffee machine that can dispense any liquid that you want. You just type it into the keypad and it shoots out the liquid in a cup. So here's what I'm talking about when I say that these books took a long time to write. 10 pages. And just imagine using a keyboard and mouse for this. That would make it so much easier. But I don't play on PC, I play on PlayStation, so I need to use a controller to type all of that, which means it takes even longer. So right here's the basic bathroom. There's a lot of these throughout the map. Nothing through this door, so we're just gonna head back the way we came and head into this hallway. So right here is my office, is my first initial and my last name. And I gave myself a little art studio because I'm an artist in real life, and if I were to work at the Foundation, I'd want to use my artistic skills in some way, so maybe I'd be drawing pictures of the SCPs or doing other graphical things like that. So I just gave myself an art studio. Dr. Brindamore, this office is for my best friend Sarah. As you can see right here, she loves axolotls, so she has a little axolotl photo. She's super spiritual and loves crystals. I gave her a crystal there. I gave her the bisexual flag. Gave her a cool azalea plant right there. Ooh. And, yes, anyone who helps me build gets their very own office customized the way they want, as long as you don't go overboard. So, as long as you help me out, it doesn't matter how big or small the contribution is, you will get your very own office with your name forever, forever placed in the map. Here's our second SCP, SCP-1371. It is an axolotl. Here's the stuff that I wrote on it. You can pause if you want. It's somewhere. Here it is. I gave it its own little aquarium. And what makes this SCP special is that it can swim while in the air. Mine cannot do that, but the actual SCP can actually swim through the air as if it was in water. And I find myself just sitting here watching this axolotl. Like, I love how this aquarium turned out. Let's go inside just to show what it looks like from the inside here. Yeah, that's fine. I love how this turned out. It has its own little cave that I can go inside if it wants to be left alone. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. And as you can see, it has its very own name tag. It's just chilling, living its best life. Alright, and right over here is SCP-999, which is the orange blob. Here's its information. You can pause on these pages if you like. But Sarah actually made this exhibit. I told her just go crazy, make it look like something a cute little thing would want to play in, and as you can see, it has a bunch of candy and sweets, a little bed here, a little box of toys and candy inside. I gave a little mat right there. She said it looked like the Windows logo. And here he is, right here. The honey block was perfect for this. Now, there is a texture pack that actually changes the slimes to look orange. Unfortunately, I do not have that texture pack currently. And even if I did, I'm pretty sure I would need to create an entirely new world just to implement it, and it's not worth it. Besides, I think this looks okay for what it is. Please approach SCP-999 with a non-threatening, calm tone. You don't have to do that. It's literally just a block. It doesn't matter. But in here is just some random rooms. There's a projector area, like a meeting presentation room. Another meeting room. These three rooms on this wall right here, interview rooms. There's a bathroom right there. And this section is for alternative anomalies. Now, I was not aware of what the alternative anomalies were until I got my friend MK to help me out. And MK is super invested in SCP. Like, she has connections within some of the big, like, main players of the wiki. So she immediately was like, we need to add this. So apparently, alternative anomalies are like humanoid SCPs that don't really pose that big of a threat, and they get to have their own living quarters. So this is one of their living quarters. It's just like a basic, cool-looking house kind of thing. They have a botanical garden in the back, a bathroom, and a bedroom. I'd be lying if I said I was entirely aware of what this was, but she knows a lot more about the deeper aspects of SCP than I do, so I kind of just took her word for it. Here's a mess hall, like a dining area. And right here, Dr. Moore. That's another person who helped me. He actually helped make that entire dining hall. And here's his office right here. I'm gonna leave this area now. And we're gonna go down the elevator to level 1, the first floor, the ground floor. Just some security offices, nothing too special. Bathroom right there. All of these are D-class containment cells. Any doors with the levers are for D-class containment. And here's our third SCP, SCP-5113. And it's actually 2 SCPs. I do not have a book written currently for these. But it is a cat, which is 5113-1, and a dog, 5113-2. And what makes them special is that they can actually speak English like humans. And their story is extremely engaging, but also extremely sad towards the end. If you want to learn more about their story, I strongly recommend watching the Exploring Series' YouTube video on cat SCPs. And 5113 is featured at the very end of his video. It's the last SCP he talks about in that video. But literally just look up cat SCPs, and once you find a video by the Exploring Series, you'll know which video it is, and I love their story. It's amazing. We're gonna go to that area last for this floor. There's not much more in this floor though. SCP-1562, Object Class Safe. And what this SCP is, it's a children's slide that when you go down the slide, you never come out the bottom. You get transported to an alternate area. You get transported to like an underground area, and it is impossible for you to escape. You just get stuck down there forever, pretty much. This is the newest SCP I have. This is SCP-3528, and it is a bat. Just a basic bat. You can see it right there, actually. That's cool. I've never... There it is. And what makes this bat special is that it actually has a human skeleton inside of its body. Like a tiny human skeleton. You can just see he's chilling in here. It's completely dark, just how bats like it. And yeah, he's just chilling in here. This room isn't finished. I was going to add maybe a table in here, some research stuff. Definitely a lectern in one of the corners of the room. But as you can see, it is far from complete. Eventually this entire area is just going to be rooms and rooms. There's elevators over there, and there's another room over here, like a walkway. Right here, if you hit this button, it leads you down the stairs into the medical bay, but we're not going to go there just yet. Alright, let's go to the place that I told you we were going to visit last. And that is going to be the Helipads. And these Helipads can take you to various locations that aren't in the main facility. So we're going to take this first helicopter right here, and this is going to take us to Area 354, and Area 354 is where SCP-354 is, and what SCP-354 is the red pool. So as you can see, when you hit the button up on the screen, it brings you to northern Canada. And you walk on this pathway. This building isn't completely finished yet, like the interior, I mean. You just follow this pathway. These are some offices. That's D-class containment, I'm pretty sure. Yep. If you go up here, though, you look down, you can see the actual red pool is right there, and there's a door leading out to the catwalk. Right here. I love how this turned out, especially at nighttime. Let's change it to night. Look how ominous that looks, just a glowing red pool of water. I love how that looks. We're gonna keep it at noon, but as you can see, it just teleported us. We were originally over there, just teleported us up here. I'm probably gonna add more trees along the outside here, just to make it really seem like we're in the middle of a forest. But yeah, I might add something in there. I don't know what... I want to add something in here just to get rid of all this plain dirt. But I don't know what to add. Maybe some rocks, but I'm not entirely sure. There is one office I want to show off. I almost skipped it, actually. Right here. At the very end of the hallway here is for area head Dr. Favi, and Favi is the name of another person that helped me out. Here's his office here, and this statue of this cat is actually from the actual SCP itself. In the SCP story, for the red pool, a bunch of random entities and creatures come out of the pool and try to escape, but two of the creatures were cats, one of them made of ice and the other one made of molten lava. And the ice cat and the lava cat fought each other. They're like panthers, they're like big panthers. They had a huge battle where the ice one eventually lost, and then the lava one cooled down and turned to stone. And in the story, once it turned to stone, the area head put the like solidified cat in his office as a decoration. So we're going to return to the foundation here once you push the button. SCP Foundation redacted. And here's the last helicopter we have. I'm probably going to add more. This brings us to Site 73, which is in the Tibetan Mountains. And it only has one SCP in here. It has SCP-096, which is a Tibetan yurt. Like those like tents. In Ghost of Tsushima, if you've played that, the Mongol tents, those are yurts. Those are what yurts are. And I'm not fully aware of what SCP-096 does. I know that if you go inside it, it like messes with you somehow. But I didn't read that much into it. I just wanted to add it. But once I write the lectern for it, I am definitely gonna be pretty well versed in how it works. So there's the cat and dog one. We're gonna go back to the elevator. We're gonna go down another level to sub-level 1, which is currently the second lowest level we have. Here's the cell that you spawn in. It always stays closed until I let someone out. This area is not finished, but over here is the medical bay. And this is actually inspired by the doctor's office that I actually work at. My brother and I have a cleaning job at a doctor's office where we go around and we clean all the rooms, vacuum, mop the floors. And I kind of base these rooms off of the rooms in that hospital. And right here is a physical therapy area. This has like treadmills and benches and stuff. And it has the SCP logo in the middle of the floor. And right here is an X-ray examination room, so if someone were to lie down here, there's the X-ray machine, and someone stands behind here so they don't get affected by the X-ray, and they hit the button, and it scans them. Gonna keep going here. And this door right here is another way to get into the medical bay area. Let's go down these stairs. Here's like a little lounge area with the SCP sign right there. This door doesn't lead anywhere just yet. And yeah, we're gonna head back up here. And I already showed this off in my previous video, but this is SCP-173's containment area, and here's his book. Like I said before, you can just pause wherever you want. And right here is the office for my friend Grayson. And Grayson helped me out by making a bunch of the D-class containment cells, and if it wasn't for his help, it would have taken much, much longer. So he has this cute little office here. Here's the trans flag right here. And yeah, it's a nice cozy little office right next to his favorite SCP. And I already showed this area off, so whatever, I'll show it again. Here's the observation deck. You go up here. It's a bathroom right there. You just head up here. And there he is, just chilling in there, not really doing much, just living. Right here's like a little meeting area, I guess. Go through this door right here, and this is for Dr. El Rosado, and this is for my little sister Lila. She's been in a few of my videos. And she wanted to be kind of like a scientist working with potions and stuff, so she has a bunch of potions everywhere. A bunch of potion making supplies and treasure. Cool little weird plant right there. Poison in this cauldron. And yeah. It's just a storage area right there. 2 offices. And now we are going to head down to the final floor. And yes, is a separate set of elevators. That's actually the Bat SCP right there. That hallway would lead over to this elevator. And now we are in heavy containment, which is the lowest level in the map. This room isn't finished, same with that one, but this one over here is for SCP-096 the Old Man. And here's where he is contained, in this lead-lined steel container. It's actually floating in the air by this thing. And yeah, I was thinking of adding a mob inside here that would make sounds. I'm not sure what mob I would add though. I want it to sound like weird and gross. So I'll probably do that after the video. I'll just add a mob in there that can make some sounds. Here's his lectern. Feel free to pause on whatever page you want. And right here is the locking mechanism. This is supposed to be on, and this is supposed to be off. So here's its cell lock. The cell is now locked. He can't get out. And here's the femur breaker. You pull that button and it breaks the D class's leg, causing him to scream, which summons SCP-106. Take the elevator back up one more time. And here's the view from the outside. There's heavy containment, and I had 2 more floors right here. And over there you can see. However, there's just so much that I can fit on the other floors that I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I should have these other floors, or do you think I should just extend the existing floors that we have to be able to fit the SCPs? It just seems like the more floors we have, like, the less necessary they are. Because eventually, like, we're just gonna run out. I don't know. It seems like a lot more work than it's worth when we can literally just keep adding to the existing floors that we have, you know? But let me know, and definitely give me help, and, like, if you can. Give me help if you can. Because it would make that process a whole lot easier. And right here is the helipad. I don't know why, but here. I don't know why I don't have the structure block still here. Load. Helipad. Change it to save. There we go. There we go. Alright, that should stay there like that. As you can see here, here's the 2 different elevators we have. This one right here is for the elevators over there, and this one right here is for this first row of elevators. And up here are all the finished books that I have, and they're all named. This one is for the one inside the D-class containment cell, 173, 1371, 294, 999, and 106. And eventually that thing's going to be entirely filled with all the different SCP books. But here's the map in its entirety right here. And you know what? I kind of want to get an angle where we can see everything. Yeah, like this. This could be the good thumbnail. Alright, yeah, that's pretty much it for the tour. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your feedback. Let me know what SCPs you want to see added. I have a list right here. I can actually read off the SCPs that I'm planning on adding next. SCP-871, SCP-087, SCP-162, SCP-096, SCP-247. I might add SCP-795, but don't hold your hopes out for that. SCP-607, SCP-513, SCP-457, SCP-1123, SCP-409, and SCP-682. Those are the SCPs that are currently on my to-do list, and there will obviously be a lot more coming down the line as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you.